The idea is we start off with the tools of creativity and how they can become a more creative individual, using their strengths and strengthening their weaknesses.
I had just finished the Keen Innovation Challenge, or the Chase, the Innovation Chase at my school, I believe in April, and then they sent out the emails pretty soon after, and I was really inspired by that.
I had gotten an email from the director of this program I'm in at BU called the Technology Innovation Scholars Program, and it was just about the camp in general, and I think it had a flyer on it about creativity, and that stood out to me. And then I saw next that it was at Lawrence Tech, which I was like, oh, this is strange, it's like right near where I live.
Never before have I seen a creative process lined out so elaborately and so methodically. I was really impressed by that, and I'm going to try to discipline myself to use that as much as I can.
I learned a lot of new tools that I did not know about with creativity. I kind of thought it was kind of the same way other people think of it, like magical. You just come up with it.
Putting names and vocabulary and understanding the processes, it makes it a process that you can kind of more control, and being able to describe it and understand it gives it a more steered and guided way. Yeah.
We take that information and we actually go to the facilities at the Henry Ford. They spent a half day in the museum. We spent some time at the Ford F-150 Rouge factory tour. And then the next day we do Greenfield Village. They get to see all the creativity and innovation happening. So that's a real big focus on ingenuity.
The Ford was a great context for it. And I really enjoyed learning about the Edison and all of his stuff at the Ford, then coming here and seeing the process.
I'd look more at the technical side of things and like how did this come about, and especially like the energy sources, like how did it get from this to this to this, and see the natural like progression of things.
And once they have all those tools and experiences and they've seen it, we can start applying creative problem solving. These undergraduate engineering students start to apply that knowledge, and they have a design project, so that by the end of the week they have to come together and present to their peers their ideas.
I definitely learned to think outside the box, whatever the box is, so you don't have to channel your vision or your abnormal or abstract thinking to one thought. You can expand it to other ideas.
There's just so much going on, so many great people at this camp. It was so much fun to just hang out with people outside and get to know what engineering is like at all these other schools.
It wasn't just people from the local area at Lawrence Tech, it was people from all over, and that was probably the most emotional thing I got out of it, is I got to make these new friends that I'm now friends with on Facebook and I'm going to keep in touch with.
As you get into all your engineering courses and stuff, you still feel like you're just driven into a narrow thinking span, but having these continual weeks and programs, even if you've already participated in them, I think going back to them helps you refresh.
I was told by a lot of people that creativity is not something you can learn, but that's one of the myths we shattered in the lessons, and that was really interesting. I'm glad I came.